there, gang. Eric Andreas, your guitar sage here. I want to show you a really cool technique that you can use for rock guitar. And this particular lesson is kind of a Hendrix, Frusciante inspired lesson. And the reason I say that is because both of those guys are kind of known for playing their major and minor chords with their thumb over the top of the neck, okay? So when I'm sitting down and I'm teaching a new student how to play guitar, that's one of the things that I tell them not to do, is to keep their thumb in the back of the neck, okay? And the reason being for that is that for new students, keeping your thumb over the top of the neck is kind of the kiss of death in regards to your chords sounding like poo-poo. Okay, or I should say it's very successful for making your chords sound like poo-poo. So if you want them to sound bad, you bring your thumb over the top of the neck. Obviously, Frusciante and Hendrix are amazing players, okay? And so, so there's a caveat here, is what I'm saying. And apparently, Choopy wants to be in on the lesson here, so we'll have her sit right there. Okay, so back to this. So with that being said, if you're not a brand new player, then this is totally acceptable to bring your thumb over the top of the neck. And I'm going to show you how we're going to think about this, okay? So if you're not a brand new player, and you're a rock player, this would be a technique that you may want to do. If you're a brand new player, I would suggest not doing this because it's going to frustrate you when you're playing your chords and you're wanting to play a full bar chord, say. Okay, so this is the idea. Instead of playing our standard minor or major bar chord like that, what we're going to do instead is, instead of doing this here, we're going to bring our thumb over the top of the neck, okay, and we're going to play the low E string with the side of our thumb, or the knuckle, you know. And so the way to do this is to simply just take your thumb and put it over the side of the neck like this. You know, like you're holding it like this. And see if you can play that, then you're halfway there, okay? Then the other part is you're going to form the bottom 3 or 4 strings. It's kind of up to you. How do you want that chord to sound? Do you want it to have 4 notes? Do you want it to have 5 notes? So in this case here, I like to play mine pretty full, so I usually play 5 notes. So in this case here, what I'm doing is I'm holding the bottom of this G major chord, so that bar chord that you may be used to playing. What I'm going to do here is play from the 4th string. I'm going to play strings 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm playing that guy. And then I'm bringing my thumb over the top of the neck here to catch the low G. Now, I have a pretty good amount of arthritis in both my hands, so this is not my favorite technique, but when I'm playing Hendrix or I'm playing anything like that where I want that kind of sounding chord instead of, which sounds different, right? It sounds bigger, it's a bigger sound, but bigger's not always better. And in this case here, I don't know if it's just out of ease that these players did this or if it was an actual sound that they were going for. I think it might be a combination of both. But you definitely will hear a different sound. So here we go. We got this 4-note chord here. You can bring your thumb around the top of the neck, and you're going to end up muting the 4th string. Okay, and that just kind of happens naturally because you can grab this guy here, but the 6th string, but the 5th string is kind of hard to get to, which is good. That's what we're looking for. Sometimes getting that first note out there can be a little bit of difficulty if you've got this top part here. But again, I've got pretty severe arthritis, especially in my thumb, so I use the technique, but it's not one of my go-tos. I use it on a few tunes, okay? And it typically lends itself to a more skank guitar style of playing, you know, kind of like funk style, like, which is not known to be super clean. It's rock and roll or funk, if you will, and it tends to lend itself really well to this. So back to the technique. Now, if we wanted to do a minor version of this, then you would just literally lift your second finger up and your chord would sound like. There's your major version of it. Now, obviously you could not play the fourth string here and just play strings 1, 2, 3, and you would have to mute that fourth string. You could either do that with the tip of your finger here or with your thumb, so it would sound like this. I'm not used to playing that one, so it sounds like poo. Okay? All right, so now you could take this form and just walk it up the fretboard. And so you would hear that style, like I said, Hendrix and Frusciante from Red Hot Chili Peppers, John Frusciante would use this style a lot. And so that's why I started off playing Purple Haze, because that's what Jimi did in the second and third chords. Get it? All right, good. Hopefully this lesson helped you. If it did, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'm here to teach you how to play guitar. I have a bazillion free things for you here on the internet. Check out the links below. What else can I tell you? There's a free book at YourGuitarSage.com. If you sign up with my email list there, then every new book that I release, which I'm writing frantically because I love to teach guitar, you'll get those books for free. There's other stuff down in there if you visit YourGuitarSage.com. If you have questions about this video or any of my other 500 some odd videos that I have to date, as of January the 6th, 2014, something like that. Something like 500 videos. Check those out there. If you have any questions about those, hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. Links for that are below as well. If you are passionate about animal welfare like I am, then please spay and neuter your animals and go vegan. See ya.